What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and today I want to talk The Walking Dead. Now, I have to tell you first and foremost that I have not really watched The Walking Dead up until last month. I watched all 8 seasons, binge watched back to back to back, and man, I gotta say, this is a really fucking good show. I was completely blown away by this show. There were so many things that were great about it. The acting is absolutely phenomenal in places. The storyline is very cool. Of course, we all know that it comes from, the comics. Which I'm somewhat familiar, not completely, but I am somewhat familiar with. Like, I know Season 9 is coming up, bringing in the Whispers, which I'm kind of familiar with. So, that's kind of a big moment. I gotta say, this show surprised me on so many levels, though, emotionally, too. I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones is one of those shows that it really surprises people by what they do. R.R. Martin, he really loves killing off main characters, and you get these great emotional impacts. But The Walking Dead kind of does the same thing, and honestly, I feel in some areas does better for the emotional gut punch. And like, I remember watching when Carl had to kill his mother after she had given birth, and walks out and his dad sees him and realizes, and it was just such an emotional moment. And I was really blown away by how well they did some of those scenes. Like, it really just takes you away. And I did know about the Glenn scene, so, I was somewhat prepared for that. Still pretty brutal, though. I didn't realize it was going to be as brutal as it was. Like, they definitely don't pull any punches with that scene. And the introduction of Negan, though, I mean, that really sets up Negan as this seriously sadistic, twisted, ultimate badass, though, for the series. And the battles between Negan and Rick and the Saviors and, the rest of the communities, I thought was really, really great. So yeah, I'm just now catching up on The Walking Dead. I'm all caught up now. I'm ready for Season 9. I almost want to do another trailer reaction for Season 9 after seeing the entire series, because I'm sure I'm going to get so much more out of it. Because I'd seen some of The Walking Dead, but not the entire series, and I've honestly missed a lot of big stuff. And now that I've seen it, I'm like, oh, now everything makes sense. So, I'm really blown away. Like, I thought they did a tremendous job. I will say that kind of like midway through Season 8, when they kill Carl off, it's like, oh man, you kind of screwed things up a little bit. Because A, Carl is still alive in the comics, and he actually becomes a major part of the series. He also makes a relationship with the daughter of the leader of the Whisperers, which they're not going to be able to do now. And so I don't know that I really liked they killed him off, but after killing Carl off, like, the entire next episode was like this huge, depressing tribute to him, and then everything after that just had this different tone to it, a little bit depressed and a little bit, I don't know, just disheartening in so many ways. Until the end, where you finally get Rick, he beats Negan, but even then, you got Maggie just freaking out at the end because he wouldn't kill Negan. So that's really my only, negative toward the series, is they started to get into a little bit of a negative territory in the last half of the last season. It looks like they're going to try to course correct that here, but, Rick, we already know that it's Andrew Lincoln's last season. So, with that alone, you're like, okay, well, Carl's gone, basically his whole family's wiped out. I really wish they hadn't have done that, but, I don't get to make the choices. But it's going to be really interesting to see what they do from here. I know there's been talk of Daryl taking over, and that's just rumor and speculation, of course. But Norman Reedus, he's gained a lot of popularity with playing Daryl. So it's possible. I could see that happening. And there's also rumors that Maggie is going to have her last season this coming up season 2. So I'm really excited about it to see what happens, see if they change and try to make it a little bit more action-packed again. I mean, I don't know that it's ever going to be happy-go-lucky, but, you know, something where it's not so damn depressing. But other than that, an amazing series. Really had some great emotional impacts. They really did. And they're really good at killing off surprise characters too. Or surprise killings, I should say. Glenn, we all kind of saw coming, but even though like so many people were familiar with Glenn's death in the comics, they even threw you a curveball with that, which I thought was very cool. So that's my take on it, man. I absolutely love The Walking Dead. I can't wait for season 9. I'm going to be doing episode by episode reactions, and yeah, I'm really excited. Can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take on it. Love The Walking Dead. Can't wait for more. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Carl's death and the upcoming Whisperer introduction. I think that's very cool. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation out.